Then you want to get it going?
Let's get it going, dude.
All right, then. Let's get it going. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. Beginning now, it is time for the one and only Beyond the Rift, episode number 13. Starring Scarra. What the hell are you wearing, dude?
Dude, I'm the lone warrior, the Mexican vandal, Scarra.
Scarra,
That's
you
what
look
I'm
like a
wearing.
loser.
Dude, come on, dude.
Here
Come on.
I have my very own. Here I have
You can't.
I
Oh, sorry.
have
Keep going.
I have my very own Mello right here in her own little Halloween Mello's look how excited she is, chat. Mello's ready for Halloween. Mello, you got anything to say? No, Mello just wants to give up on life. Feels bad, man. Here you go. But today, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be going over some spicy topics. But first, I want to introduce ourselves. So I'm a Cutie Pie, the award-winning ADC for Team Dignitas, former Team Dignitas award-winning ADC. I've traveled the globe doing things that some people could only imagine and conquering them. Scarra, who are you?
Currently dressed up. I thought this was supposed to be a Halloween costume episode, but Cutie forgot to dress up.
Wait, I
Instead, he
dressed
dressed
my
up as
cat
cat.
up.
You know what? That's about the same thing. I like it. I'm Scar. I used to be a teammate with I'm a Cutie Pie, the person to your left. I also traveled the globe with him. Usually, I was carrying his luggage because I was like the personal assistant to the right hand to
world
God, so to
famous.
speak. Yeah. So me and him, we got a long history. We've done things you've yet to even imagine, and together we're here to bring to our combined might and brain power to tell you what it is you need to hear.
Scar, you don't sound like you're doing too good. What happened, man?
I actually coughed myself awake at 5 a.m. today, and I was like, well, it looks like I'm going to the doctor. I've been sick for like a little bit, like a week, and I thought I was going to get better, but I was wrong.
Well, that's unfortunate. Hey, dude. I'll help cheer you up with this Beyond the Rift episode today. But before we get into it, I just want to go ahead and say shout outs to Acer. Acer products, dude. Scar, what do you want to say about Acer? Because I got a couple things to say. I want to say they make the best monitor in the business. Scar, do you agree?
I absolutely, whatever you say.
Scar, do you agree that they make some of the best technology to exist today?
Yes, they're at the forefront of human technological advancement.
Acer, shout outs to you guys. And because we love Acer so much, today we're going to do a sponsored World's Review by Acer America, dude. They might have given us like a little bit of money to do this, but we did it out of the goodness of our heart because you know what? Acer products, they need to be known. It's a shame that not enough people are using them. Scar, do you agree?
Absolutely.
More people need to be using these products. Scar, are you using them?
Right now, yeah.
Perfect. Then Scar is one of the. If you want to be like Scar, dude, pick yourself up some Acer product. But let's get it underway then. How's that sound? You ready for the World's Review?
Ooh, I'm ready.
Then let's go, baby. World's Review sponsored by Acer America. So we're gonna be talking about semifinal predictions. Me and Scar managed to hey, good predicting, Scar. We really went above and beyond with the predictions here.
Wow, we predicted for the ex-world champion and the Korean team to win, and we were both right. That's so weird.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, dude. All right, SKT versus Rocks. Let's go into the first talk. Some would say this is the best of 5 to have ever been played at Worlds. Do you agree, Scarra?
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind. I think it's the best of 5
no
ever.
doubt in your mind. You think this is the best of 5 ever?
Yeah, and I think that if this was played as a finals, no one would complain. I just hope that the finals could be as good as the semifinal.
Yeah, I mean, I figured this game was basically going to be the finals, but, I mean, you know, it wasn't, but...
Like, it had everything you wanted.
Though? Really?
It's the best of 5, yeah, I think so. And all of World's history, I can't even think of another one that
Yeah, actually,
it
that's
was
true.
as
With the
good.
surprise pick misfortune too. I guess that's the
Yeah,
next time. The AP
it's got
misfortune.
it's got like the storylines. They bring out the meta, never before seen APMF pick. It's got the underrated jungler underperforming the entire like most of the year, comes back in to save his team from being like kicked out of the event. Bengi, the right hand of Faker, comes back and 3-0s the series after Blink shits the bed and goes 0-2. Not saying it's his fault. I'm just saying he went 0-2.
What did you think of AP misfortune? I think that thing kind of sucks, honestly. I just think it was like a surprise pick. They didn't know how to deal with it, and then I
I,
mean they just
I,
banned it. But yeah,
I think it only works with like Jin and Ash against like Caitlyn and like specific and like Zyra. It only works if you're also pressuring bot lane and diving them. So like a lot of people think that it's really strong, but it's actually like if you mess up a little bit, like if you fall behind with APMF, it's just completely
yeah,
useless.
like
If
that
they
thing cannot do anything on it. Like they had to put. I mean, it's fine to put resources into it because I mean, if you do that, they were popping off and they were doing really well. But that thing's not standalone. I'm gonna play APMF in my solo queue game, and I'm just gonna carry the game. No, that's not how. You're gonna get TP'd on. You're gonna get your ass killed.
Yeah, I know a lot of people tried APMF afterwards, and it's like, well, free wins for the other team because if you get ganked as APMF and you get set behind, you're done for. You're actually just useless completely.
Yeah, because that stuff, like, let me tell you guys right now, it can work in pro play, and it's not that bad as a counter pick. That stuff is garbage, and so please stop playing it in my game. Like, I don't want to have APMF anymore. Please stop. But so Bengi, the savior of the jungle, what'd you think of my boy?
Honestly, I thought he played pretty well. Like, it's just saying something crazy that the coach can draft, like, can mess with the draft and be like, "Sorry, man, I had to pick this for you." And pick him Nidalee. He's never played Nidalee in competitive game before, and he's forced to bring out, and he still does, okay. I thought the biggest thing in the
Was
series
that
was
was
just
that
like,
really a surprise though? Like he can play Nidalee.
no, 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 but like it was a mistake. Like he has never played Nidalee before in competitive play. And he
Wait, was it
afterwards in the
actually a
interview,
mistake?
yeah, actually afterwards in the interview, his coach, like literally his coach told him, he told the interview that he's like, yeah, Como was like, oh, I'm my bad, I messed up. Like I wasn't supposed to keep Nid up. He got like nervous about the MF banned it, forgot about Nidalee, so they had to first pick it, and he still performed pretty well. I think that's just say a lot about the game. I think almost everything though is just that Faker just destroyed mid lane. Like I don't know what Kuro. I don't think Kuro's even that bad of a mid laner, but against Faker, he's like, like in fighting games, it's like when
Yeah, I know
when
fighting games.
when you
Like,
have like a matchup, you're like, oh, this is like a 8-2 matchup. Like Faker versus Kuro is like a 10-0 matchup. Like Faker will never lose. Like Kuro just gets stomped every single game. It's actually so depressing. Like I wish if Kuro could perform against Faker, I'd like to see what Rox looks like, but it just seems like he can't. And Faker just took over this series. All 5 games he won mid lane. Disgustingly hard.
yeah, it was unfortunate, but you know what? We both got our predictions right, so thumbs up to that one. And then going to the next one, this one.
Yeah.
Can you guys believe we managed to predict Samsung beating H2K, one of the greatest teams to have ever graced the European soil? What'd you think of this?
I thought they'd win one game. I honestly thought they'd win one game. Come on, like they were in the position to win one game. Yankos looked like
Oh
the
yeah,
better
Yankos
jungler.
was pretty
2 of
much
3
like 1v5ing.
Yeah,
Like he was
like
trying to 1v5.
the Olaf was like 5-1-9, and I was like, this a 100% kill participation. I was like, dude, come on, guys, like please help him out. Ryu, please stop feeding. Like it just felt like in both the series, the mid lane matchup was so bad that like it just lost the team the game.
What'd you think of the top lane matchup?
Cuve is a lot better than I thought. Like he just keeps
I
impressing.
mean, do
Like,
you
that
think
guy,
it's just that Otoamne is not as good? Like, I mean, I thought going into it he'd be like this shining star for this team, but he kind of just, yeah, it was unfortunate.
it was like average. I just thought Cuve was just way too good. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just like because Ryu got pressured so hard that the rest of this team felt pressured to make plays. but it really felt like it's hard for me to say too much about a team. Like they don't have really any good teamwork in the mid to late game. I thought they could just lane and win the game, getting early lead with Yankos. And Yankos got early leads 2 of the 3 games, huge early leads, and it still wasn't enough because his team actually didn't do well enough in lane.
I mean, what do you think of the bottom lane? That because Forgiven,
Uh,
dude, he was calling my boy Ruler out. He said, Ruler, you wouldn't dare 2v2 me. And then they pretty much like the last game they put everything into Forgiven and just got absolutely destroyed.
I think it's fine to do that, and that's Sivir pick if your mid lane's winning. Like if he's going even, then they can crutch on like a more like mid late game kind of like they can go even, and Yakos can snowball the rest of the map by himself and slowly drag it out to like 1-2 items before they break lane. But after mid lane lost 2 games in a row, I think that they really should have changed up the draft. It's not that I hate Sivir so much; it's really just that I think they need to go for a more aggressive draft, especially from like bot lane because they needed the carry to come out of bot lane. Like the carry was not coming out of mid lane, and top lane wasn't doing good enough. So Yankos has been ganking bot in the first place, and if he gets a lead bot lane, like please give Forgiven a chance to just carry, in my opinion, because Ryu did not show that he could do it. 2 games in a row, he got smashed. I already knew what was gonna happen with their game.
I mean, did you think that there is any chance? You think if they did manage to get Forgiven the lead, that they could have salvaged like that game? It just
I think they
so
could have won
one-sided.
1 game. 1 game.
I
That's
just don't,
all
I
I was
just don't
hoping
see it
for.
because it was pretty. Yankos was like, what was he? He was like 5-1-8 at a point. I was like, gee, this game's over, dude. They just lost
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
It
and
was
then they
just
try
like,
to do
what happened?
a random Baron call, and it sucks.
Yeah, it was pretty unfortunate with that series. But hey, man, we managed to predict this one too. But these predictions don't matter because we want to predict the finals, Scarra. SKT versus Samsung. This is what the people want. This is what the people who are going to be betting on esports. They're betting their livelihood, Scarra, on this. So let's go. Let's do a quick little rundown. Will Crown get absolutely dismantled by Faker like Kuro?
I hope to God not. Like I've played against Faker, and I think that Kuro should have been able to hold like a higher standard. It's just like that's his mental block. He can't ever be Faker. It's just not possible for him. I think
You're
Crown
just gonna dismiss him like there's no, he reached his like ceiling. He's
No,
just done.
I'm just it's just mentally like he needs someone to help him with his demons, you know like sometimes you come back after I feel like Kuro has like PTSD when he sees Faker in a game. He's like, oh no, not again. He like just imagines himself losing like 17 times in a row. It's like, is this gonna be 18? Like I think that's what happens to him. So he needs someone to help like move him through that inner demon of his, and I think that Crown will face like I don't even care if Crown wins. I just want Crown to go even. If he goes even, their team has a chance.
All right, fair enough. Can Bengi save the day again? I mean, does he even need to save the day again?
Oh, they're probably the thing is, it's like I talked to Bang about how they use junglers, and they think that it's essentially they want to use junglers with the best mental state. So it's really bad of them to try to input a jungler after another jungler has lost, because that puts like a bad mental strain on them, like because they're getting subbed out because they're a bad player. So as like the reason why they subbed in Blank after the first game where they won was like to make it so like, oh, like Blank has like a good like stable mental ground to come into the game. Like that's at least what he thought. But yeah, it didn't really work out. Maybe this series they might just start with Bengi and like play out the entire series. And I think that if they do, I always thought that Bengi was really, really good at being able to help out mid lane. Like that, I see Bengi as like a player that assists Faker and helps Faker become the person that he wants to be, and then Blank as the person that's maybe more aggressive in terms of counter juggling and taking control of different sides of the map. And I think that for a lot of times, Bengi's route is a much safer, and it's much easier for him to depend on Faker because Faker will never let you down. That guy is just like consistency king.
All right, fair enough. The final topic: which bot lane?
Oh,
Is it Core JJ, the last
dude,
American
you
hope?
tell me. You played against both these bot lanes. I know you have. I played against both
Yeah, I
these
played
bot
against
lanes.
both of them. I don't know, dude. I mean, solo queue is something different. I definitely the thing with bottom lane is it's not about the players as much as it is like the team, like how the whole team dynamic works. I think SKT is gonna win this series, so I'm definitely gonna give the advantage to SKT on this. But I don't know. I want Ruler and Core JJ to win just because of the memes, and you can say that yeah, America won something, but realistically, I don't even think that they're a better bottom lane, so I don't think that they're gonna win that.
All right, so look across all the roles. Who do you think is winning top lane? Duke versus QV.
Who do I think is winning top lane? I don't know, man. I just remember Duke like getting taken to Pound Town in like semifinals, I think, and it was just I'm not Cube. He was showing up versus Otawamne, so I'm gonna go with Cube.
All right, I think QV's been more consistent. I think Duke has really big problems with, or small problems, I guess, with communication. And he's never been like a fantastic teleport player. He's been a really, really good laner. That's what he's famous for. Actually, he lanes like a monster. But I think that yeah, consistency wise, he's not really settling. What about the jungle? Bengi versus Ambition. Ambition, the mid laner from season
Wait,
two.
how do you know it's Bengi?
Okay, well, whatever. Blank versus or
Let's
Bengi.
just go with Bengi. I'm gonna go with Bengi. I mean, I think Bengi, Faker, and yeah, it doesn't matter, dude. Bengi, Faker, that's the recipe for success. Just throw in whoever the hell else you want, dude. You probably win it.
So it's a 2v5. That's what
Yeah,
you're
two
saying.
v five, dude. Like, I mean, I think I think Faker is good, and he's good
But
enough to just like 1v5 the game. So I just think that they're gonna win it just off of that. I don't think the rest of the players matter that much. I mean,
that's pretty good, man. I think the two turning points for me are, I guess, and how three turning point, how good Ambition does, um, how good Cuvee does, and I I feel like of all the lanes or all the roles I expect there to be a definitive lead for, I think Core is better in lane than Wolf. I don't know what it's been, but I just think Wolf's laning it's been okay. Um, Maybe it's because I saw him on Zyra and he got counterpicked and then just destroyed in the semis. But I think that Cora has actually been laning really, really well. Like similar to the person he replaced, Wraith. I think that they just have really good laners as supports on Samsung, and
I
I
mean,
expect that.
Core JJ was the one who came up with the MF, right? That's what they were saying.
I think it was like a collaborative pick between. Yeah, I think it was Core that came up with
You
it,
don't
but I'm
think
not
they're
sure.
just gonna ban it? Yeah, because I mean, Wolf was having some troubles versus that lane combo.
Well, the thing is, it's like I think regardless what happens, Cora has a good shot at winning the bot lane. And I always think the bot lane that's like it's more of the support winning early, and then the AD coming in after like buys. After he goes back and shop, the AD becomes more relevant throughout the lane. But before the first back, like the support dictates the lane. I think that between the two of them, I put my money on Core actually.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they've learned. I mean, even if they haven't learned how to play versus Misfortune, they're just gonna ban it. And that was like looking like the worst matchup for Wolf. So I don't think it'll be that bad. And I think that Bang Wolf's better than Core JJ Ruler. So
All
yeah.
right. So you think there's no chance? All right. What's the last score? The final
What
score.
do I think the
How
final
badly is this
score?
game gonna win?
I don't want to
Yes.
say 3-0 because that's gonna be boring. So I'll go with 3-1. SKT.
I think it's gonna be a 3-1 too.
You think? Come on, dude. Really? You can't pick the same one as me. This is for everything, dude. This is
Okay.
worlds.
Okay. You know what? You're right. I will bump it up by one because I think that there are maybe more intangible factors I'm not considering. Like maybe Ambition's a better player than I thought. Maybe QV comes out and performs. Maybe Duke has communication problems. Maybe Coma decides to put blank in 2 games at the very beginning to sandbag. I think that there's a chance that Samsung could take 2 games. So I'm going to give it to the SKT 3-2. But I still think SKT is going to win.
Okay, so 3-1, 3-2. That's our record. That's our predictions.
Congratulations on Faker and Bengi. 3rd World Championships. Just round of applause.
I can't wait for those skins, man. Those are gonna be pretty hype, dude. All right, that'll wrap up our prediction series brought to you by Acer. So shout outs to them. But now we're gonna go ahead and grab a very special guest. Scarra, tell these people who our special guest is for today.
All right, our special guest first got known from a solo queue ladder when I got replaced by him on my team, Dignitas. He took my job, and now he's coming in to help us out, hosting Beyond the Rift. He's the premier NA solo queue mid lane talent, one of many in the most contested import role in the States. Give it up for my man, Grayson Gilmore.
Grayson Gilmore coming on in. Whoop.
Wait, where is he?
Where's Grayson Gilmore at? Let me hit him up. Grayson Gilmore coming on in.
Wait, we gave him the shout that it's like if you're doing the WWE, you're giving him the call and he like just forgets to walk out. He just doesn't.
Grayson Gilmore is coming on out right now. Grayson Gilmore, ladies and gentlemen. Grayson Gilmore.
Yeah. Hello.
Coming on out with the cam on.
What's up, boys?
Nothing much,
mute
dude.
yourself
You just
on.
gotta mute yourself and put the cam
How
on.
about now?
You're coming in loud and clear, dude. Let me see you though. Let me see if you're looking loud and clear.
Oh, you can't see me? Okay, hold on. I gotta rejoin. Oh,
Hey, take your time.
there we go. There we go.
Hey, there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, the cowboy, the North American bandito, the renegade, known by many names, Grayson Gilmore is joining us today. Grayson, glad to have you here today.
Tip my hat off. Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm just pretty excited.
Hey, no problem, dude. So let's get it underway then. Let's start with the topic, baby. SKT, as you may know them, Grayson Gilmore.
Mm-hmm.
They may
too well,
win
yeah.
its 3rd championship. Does this dominance make the game stale? What do you think about it, Grayson?
No, I don't think it makes the game stale. I think if SKT versus Rocks is the finals, everyone would be like, holy shit, dude. It'd be like, holy shit, dude, this is the best, most competitive Worlds I've ever seen. A good job, fucking Riot, for fostering this talent. But since they do there's so much randomness in how the bracket system works. There's just so much randomness that you fucking.
Well, what do you mean randomness with the brackets, dude? What don't you like about the brackets?
I don't know. I think that the Dota TI, how they do it, they have a losers bracket and such, and it makes sure it can make sure that you get the best match in the finals.
So do you think that the finals should have been something like SKT versus H2K
or TSM?
No, I think SKT versus Rock should have been the finals.
Okay, fair enough.
But they ended up meeting in the semifinals. I think it definitely could, there could have been different teams in the semifinals if there was a losers bracket and such. But I don't think this level of dominance makes the game stale. At least not for me. But I think the finals will be stale.
How do you enjoy watching it though?
I don't think I think the finals will be kind of stale because it's just surprise, fucking Faker 1v9ing for the 3rd time.
So you think SKT is gonna win it?
Yeah, I think they're going 3-0. I think it's gonna be.
Jesus, 3-0. Come on, man. Give Sam some hope, dude. That's what
I hope maybe they sub in blank or something for some losses or something.
That's messed up, dude. I mean, Scar, you got any problems with SKT dominating the world, basically?
I think it'd just be really petty, yeah, it's a little bit boring to see the same team win multiple times in a row. It would be cool to see different teams, let's say Korea is the best region, all of a sudden Europe comes in, smacks people around for a year, and then another year China comes in, smacks people around for a year, and it rotates, maybe even between 2 regions would be nice.
What about NA?
Okay, well, and they can come in and smack some people too, But
in the groups.
I mean, NA already won the first ever tournament. I remember Hotshot GG won that event, so we kind of already have our own mini worlds win, and so the rest of them we just kind of give to Korea, But I think that it would be nice if there was more competition, but there's not because they're just too good. Like actually, just way too good. So for a lot of different reasons, like infrastructure, all this nonsense. But I think that it'd be really, really petty of me to be like, I wish they wouldn't win as much because I do respect watching really, really, really good gameplay. Like the SKT versus Rocks semifinals was one of the best games or series I've ever watched. And I think that, yeah, I just think that even if it is a little bit boring, I don't mind at all.
Yeah, like I don't see what the problem. Like I doubt anyone. Man, SKT's just winning everything. This isn't fair. Like these guys are just too. They're ruining everything. I can't watch esports. It's like I don't see anyone have. Dude, if SKT continue to win for like 7 years straight, it'd be like, cool, dude. That's great. I guess we all just suck, dude. I don't see a problem with it. I don't think it makes the game stale, especially because like competitive play and solo queue are they're not the same thing. So it's not like SKT's play style is like translating into solo queue or any of that. So yeah, it doesn't really make a difference to me if SKT wins everything. Any of you guys got anything else to say though?
Yeah, that's a nice looking costume, Grayson.
That is.
Yeah,
That's all I
it's,
gotta say.
it's just what Texans wear every day. I just thought I'd dress up like how I usually do when I'm off stream.
Oh yeah, me too, man.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah. Yeah, when
I
I
never
just go out.
realized you had that mustache though. I've seen you before,
Yeah, well.
but
You never see me in Texas though.
fair enough. Let's go to the next topic. This year's Worlds has seen the lowest champion diversity ever, with 46 unique champions played. Thoughts?
ugh.
I mean, I just think that's a product of lane swapping being dead, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's essentially it. But it just sucks because on top of that, they just encourage laning to be so important, especially with first tower gold. I just think that, yeah, it's probably the lane swaps and that to the point where you just can't have champion diversity in the game. I think that maybe it could be fixed without lane swapping being an issue, but they would have to revamp a lot of very core things in the game to be able to do it. And it is preseason, so they're adding random stuff like plants that can leap you over terrain. Really, really, really random stuff. And so maybe some of that might help, but I don't think that it will change any kind of pick diversity for the upcoming future unless they change like some stuff in the back.
you got any problem with it?
Yeah, I think the reason why there's like such little champion diversity this Worlds is because they did like such a big fucking patch like right before Worlds, like, and they pretty changed the meta, so it's not like these teams have a very long time to figure out like what all the picks could work or what all the comps, and they scrim like when Worlds comes around, you only get a scrim like one or two teams maybe if you're lucky. Like if you're scrimming more than two teams, maybe for more than like a week, it's like it's really lucky because you basically just scrim versus the same people over and over, so you're not really exposed to like a bunch of different strategies like you would be normally in regular season. So everyone wants to be really careful because all the practice going up to Worlds, like it matters a lot. So they don't want to like fucking try out, I don't know, like more Zillion mid or like something that could be good. They just want to stick with like what they know is good, since they only have to play in one tournament. So
I mean, do you think that if they were given more time, there would be more? Like, I think that there's not like who are you gonna play? Like, Syndra is just a stupid champion. Like, I don't play middle, but playing against that champion and playing against Rise is just like, and Cassiopeia, they're just so stupid. I just can't imagine what else you would pick against them other than like what's being played right now.
I think one of the ways they can increase diversity is they just add more bans into the game. Even if they don't do the snake draft system that Dota has, if they increase bans to like 4 or 5, it'll automatically increase champion diversity because you can crush on like target banning off a certain role and then forcing the other team to play like some really unique picks. Or if you have like a very, very special pick, you got like a very specific Victor counter, for instance. Like you really want to show the world that Diana beats Victor or something like that. Then you ban out everything and make Victor the most valuable mid pick and bait the pick. I think that if Riot wants to consider something and they don't want to change any core systems, I think that increasing the number of bans would be pretty nice right now. I think even in solo queue, it'd be nice to play against a diverse amount of a field. And so I'm down to just give everyone a ban or like give like another ban. Like right now, the last 3 picks ban, make it like the last 4, like the last 5. Everyone gets a ban. And I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I would be
Yeah, dude,
real
that's
happy.
gonna add like fucking 5 minutes to my champion select, man. Are you sure you want to do that?
Absolutely, dude. I don't understand. People are just like, yeah, no, I want to play like just this one champion. It's like, well, too bad. When people are famous for playing one. I'd rather people be famous for playing like a bunch of different pocket picks. Like I think that people are just really scared of getting like the champion they play banned out. But I think that it's just better for the game to have a wide variety
Are you talking about in
options
solo
every game.
queue? Dude, in solo queue, if you add that many bans and people just start banning one tricks, you're gonna take like an hour to find a game. Like, there's gonna be so many die. I agree competitively though. Like, if there were more bans, yeah, just being able, because right now, like, there's no depth to the ban. You just ban what's OP. Okay, there's some OPs left. Let's just grab them up and all right, let's go and do some shit and try to win the game. Like, I don't think that that's very interesting, and I hate that. I mean, with the lane swap the way it is, not being able to be done, you kind of just have to pick what's best to lane with because that's the only thing that matters. I don't know. I feel like the only way they could really improve it is add more bans or add more unique champions like Ivern. I think he's not very good, but that kind of direction where he like fulfills a unique purpose can like really make there be some diversity. Do you know?
Is his unique purpose being the lowest win rate champion in the game?
No,
Because
I mean,
guess there
okay,
always
no,
has to
I
be
think he's
one.
garbage. Let me just, I gotta, like, just straight up, he's trash, but he has a very unique feel, and he definitely has, like, a unique purpose where it's not just a generic, all right, I do a lot of damage, all right, I have CC and kill shit. Like, there's so many champions middle where it's just like, all right, I have damage and I kill shit. Like, Ivern's, like, he's interesting at least. I think if they added more champions like that, it could maybe increase diversity. But yeah, who knows, dude?
Dude, Ivan's really the lowest one, right? Every time I play with Dom and he like pops off with it.
Oh, I don't think the champion's even that bad. I just think it needs a lot of games. I think Ivern's okay. I agree with Kitty actually that it'd be like every champion they're coming out with is actually really unique. And I like that about Riot. Like all the reworks, all the new champions. I think eventually we're gonna get to the point where there's a bunch of unique champions where I think it's okay. And also on the old thing where you think banning out one tricks is gonna be a problem, dude, it's okay. I think at this point, crutching on a player to only play one champion across multiple roles is not what ranked is about. And so I think even the best
I don't
players,
care what ranked is
Preach
about,
it.
but if I get a one trick on my team and then he waits the entire like 5 minutes of champ select until it gets to 0 seconds and dodges, like I don't give a shit what ranked is about. Just don't make me have to wait for that.
that's just gonna be temporary. Just think of a lot of the top lane mains. They got to top lane maining one champion. You remember like
Yeah, the
Rohammer's got the top
GP
lane maining
did.
just Trinity, or like people got there just playing Fiora or something like that. All of a sudden, like a lot of the top laners just stuck around the challenger, like Fallen Bandit, like Rohammers are players who's able to expand their champion pool to a lot of champions. Like, and even like the Riven mains all play secondary champions like Nidalee very well. And so I think that you may use a one trick to get at the challenger, but even now, all the one tricks have like a little bit of diversity because you can't stay in challenger just tricking one champ.
You
I
really
think.
can.
I got a challenger being a one trick on
Yeah.
Kassadin like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe it's less likely now, and you know what? Just throw in more bans so it's even less likely. Let's go with that. I'm down for that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I could definitely use some more bans in my games. Every time like I have to go versus like the enemy team gets like one OP champion, they get like a Nidalee or a Ryze or a Syndra. I just like feels bad, man, when I just lose because there's absolutely nothing I can do.
Yeah, if I have to play against RF Legendary and this stupid ass Jace one more time, I swear to God that is the only champion he played, and he plays the entire time that I stream, so I play against it all day long. I'm just so tired of it. And then bottom lane T, I gotta play against Caitlyn and Zyra every game,
God.
dude. Yeah, that stuff's a nightmare. We all can agree the little champion diversity. We want more bans.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Riot Games, you heard us. Let's go to the
You
next
heard it
one.
right here.
This is the last week for Scouting Grounds players. Was it awkward for them to play against World players all month? What do you think, Grayson?
I think it's like a little awkward. It's like, how are you gonna get mad that there's like a fucking League of Legends combine only going in North America and like all these like how are you gonna get mad that the world players, like, you're gonna improve playing against world players? Like, yeah, you might lose some games. I know plenty of mid laners that have just got absolutely
God.
absolutely demolished by some of the world's mid laners, but it's just like it affects everybody. So
Dude,
I don't
I
really
like that Aurelion Soul game you had versus Faker, where Faker was on my team. You remember that one, dude?
Oh yeah, I don't let him clap me out. That's for sure. But
I felt so bad. Faker was like 0-9. I was like trying my heart out to carry. Just Grayson just dumpstered Faker. That was just brutal. But I actually preferred that the Worlds players were here. I don't know how the Scouting Grounds players, but as someone that plays a lot of solo queue, it made the queues faster and it made the queues like more interesting. Because I mean, to be honest, they're a lot better than your normal players.
Whoa.
wow.
I mean, okay, they're not
Whoa.
that much better, but you know, they're all right.
Whoa.
And like,
Alright.
it just made the queues go by so much faster, and it just made the games more interesting. Like they were just, like I don't know what happened. Like when Worlds was going on, I managed to get to like top 30, and I was like, Jesus, dude, this is awesome. And now that all the Worlds players are gone, I've just like, it's just been a slow descent back. I don't know if I'm just like garbage or what, but I wish Worlds happened like all year basically. But what do you
Yeah, I think for me, it's great to play against Worlds players. Like, playing against people like Faker, even though I got clapped like 60-70% of my games against Faker, it's still like super fun because it's like a once a year experience, once every like 2 year experience for me. I kind of feel bad for scouting ground players though, because it's weird that in the last competitive month, that a lot of the times like climbing up the ladder might mean like, okay, did you get 3 Worlds players to their one? I had one. I had Smeb. He's playing Kled. And I even asked him, I was like, Smeb equal best Kled in the world? And he responded, no, my Kled sucks. And the game loads, and the other team is 5 Korean players. I'm just like, we lose. And we got smashed. And I think that, like, it's just kind of weird that Riot's doing, like, a combine to test, like, NA talent versus other NA talent. Find the highest rated NA talent ever. And it's like, well, all the NA talent plays against like the people who are playing the Worlds, who win Worlds. So maybe if you queue around normal times, you have to you have like really like volatile games due to how many Worlds players are playing. I feel like a little bit bad about it. I guess maybe we'll talk more about Scouting Grounds going up into the announcement of all the people that are joining. But yeah, I just kind of felt a little bit bad because I had people come up to me and talk to me about it. That it was just a little bit annoying playing against like all these Worlds players and relying on like maybe a little bit of luck to have them rise and lower in LP.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of unfair, like, because a lot of people, like, I know, Insanity, he pretty much plays like all day, and I don't know how he is now, but he was like at like
800.
Yeah, he was at like 800, 900 points. Now he's at like 400. So
Right,
like,
yeah.
I don't know if he's out of the Scouting Grounds now, but I just feel like that's so unfair. For
He
some
has like 2 days to get in. No, it's like yesterday, I think he landed against Faker 4 times in a row, and he lost all 4. And it wasn't like he lost 4 times. It's like his clip is on the front page of Reddit. Like that game where he gets a penta, and then like the next game he played the same matchup, he went like 2-9 against Faker. So he's just like getting clapped, and like he'll win against like. He'll win like a lot, but it's just like the win rate won't be above 50%. And he's like one of the more promising mid lane opponents. I feel really bad because whenever I see him play, I'm just like, well, good luck, man. It's like Faker has like a 90% win rate against all the mid laners that are trying to make it in Scouting Grounds. I feel really bad like, whenever they have to play against them.
Yeah, I think it's kind of unfair. I mean,
to be fair though, I think if Jensen or Bjergsen. Well, I guess actually all the NA mids are all imported, so they're all foreigners anyway. But it's like if any of I don't know. I feel like Bjergsen and like Jensen and Phoenix, they'd be doing all the same thing. It's just like they're not playing; they're all on break basically. So I don't really feel too bad because it affects everyone. It doesn't just affect like one single player.
No.
I feel like
That is true. I will agree. Like, there are people who are as good. It's just holy moly. I play exactly in Faker's block, so I get to see him like nonstop. That guy is just a pretty good mid laner. Not bad.
the F keys, dude. I'm gonna start using the F keys because that Reddit post told me he's fucking all over the place.
Oh
It's
god.
bad.
All right,
Yeah.
then let's go on to the next one, ladies and gentlemen. So, what you were talking about before, my man Grayson. What does it mean to be an NA mid laner in such an import-heavy role?
Uh, to me, I mean, it just basically means that people like are a lot faster to like disregard me and underestimate me because I'm just like some fucking Yankee. But on the other hand, like it also if there was 10 North American mids in the LCS, I don't know if I would keep going for it, and they're all just as good as all the imports we have. But since there's Pole Belter, and then there's Bjergsen, who's a resident, and every single other one's an import. So it's just like I don't even have like if I become like that tier, then I become a lot more valuable. So I'm like, might as well fucking stay in.
Do you really? I mean, I don't know how it is, but I feel
He
like
becomes a lot more valuable.
most of the teams just want to import mid lanes. Like they feel like mid's the most like valuable spot, and they'd rather just take it to an import. Do you
Yeah, a lot of teams do. I mean, that's why 9 of the teams are import mid. But I think people are starting to realize that there are like merits for importing other roles. I feel like at Immortals, how they imported top jungle and then they just slaughtered everyone. Like, I think jungle is the most important role to import, and then like mid top. I think mid probably is definitely one of the better ones. But I think top and AD carry has its merits too. So like if you can be a good and I think I can be a good mid, like I think I can compete with others, and it's just like frees you up an import slot somewhere else, and that can be like really valuable.
I don't even know like what imported ADs of like they had OQ, Piglet, and is there anyone else?
I actually
Um,
don't remember.
I can't think of all the
I
top
think
of my head,
every
but
imported AD is just like, I mean, I don't want to say they
What?
played very
what are you
poorly.
about to say about Piglet and OQ?
I'm just saying they played very poorly compared to the expectations that were given. To them.
Oh, nice PR speak. Good shit. Good shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I agree that I think that jungle role, there's, I don't want to say there's not too much talent in NA, but it definitely takes a different kind of player to play it at a competitive level, and I think it's just better to import that. I agree with you. Maybe mid lane there's enough like talent that you don't have to import it. I feel like top and jungle are probably the best imported roles because I mean who even plays top in NA? So
Yeah. Wait, I have a question for you, Grayson. Then, if you
So-
feel like oh, it motivates you to play better, do you know of other mid laners that get really demotivated because it's such an import heavy role? Like I know I've talked to you a little bit about this in the past, but like, yeah, when you're the mid laner, you're looking to get into LCS, and you're just like, okay, even if I have to get into LCS, I have to be as good as like the last mid laner, at least the last mid laner in the LCS. All right, who's the team that's the last place who just got out of relegations? It's Echo Fox, and I have to be as good as Froggen to make it in the LCS. Like, isn't that like kind of a crazy barrier range where I feel like there isn't quite that level of accomplishment in the other roles?
is that a crazy
Yeah.
barrier?
The barrier for mid is like, it's pretty fucking insanely high. I think it's, I don't know if I'd say the highest role like barrier for competitive, at least in North America, but it's basically like all.
Wait,
I don't know.
how do you think you stack up against Froggen? You're saying it's crazy. Do you think Froggen is just that much superior to you?
I don't. I actually, I don't think he's like that much superior. I think he has a lot more experience. I think he definitely is better, and it showed obviously in the match. I think I also, like, it's kind of a cop out, but I had a really bad. I think I had a really bad just game day that day. I just didn't have really good games. Didn't really reflect how I thought I was as a player. Um, I think that it's just really hard for like all these like NA scouting ground mids to get picked up on a team because even the challenger teams are importing players. Like there's Alex Itch, like Keen played in Challenger last split on Apex, so it is really hard. There's not really like a clear route, and especially with NA solo queue not really meaning much. There's like nothing you can do. Like you can get to the top of the leaderboard, ladder board, whatever, and that's what I did too. Like last season I got rank 1, but it's still like, oh, it's fucking NA, and no one takes it seriously. So the barrier is like, it's really hard to really prove that you're a good player as an NA mid. Like no one will really give you anything for free. You just have to work everything yourself. You have to make your own team or find a challenger team and show you can play good. And then maybe like one of the Koreans like gets homesick and wants to go home, and then you fucking get a chance. I don't know. It's rough.
I agree with you on that one. Yeah, there's a big problem with like no one ever being given a chance because like people think that the individual skill, like I don't know how you feel about this, but like having played competitive, I don't think individual skill is that different between player to player. Like someone like Faker obviously is better than a lot of players, but for most LCS mid laners, individually, how much better? Like I think Bjergsen's better than everyone else, and then the rest of them are just whatever, except Pobelter because I love him. So
Yeah.
I don't think there's that much difference. I just think it's about being able to be given a shot on like a cohesive team. So I agree with you that yeah, you kind of have to just go out on a wing and like, all right, let me make a team, see if I can find some people that work well with me. If this works out, then who knows, maybe someone else will give me a shot, and then if it just comes crashing down, everyone will just say I suck, and then yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just so rough because, like, yeah, it's a team game, and some people don't understand that. So, like, they'll see a player underperform on a team, and it's just like, yeah, this player sucks. It's like you can't just dismiss someone that easily. Like, there's so many factors that go into someone not having a good game, other than yeah, this guy's just worse than this guy. So, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I've been doing I've been doing that for like 2 to nearly 3 years now. Like trying to grind, get on the best team, whatever I can, and always play solo queue. I never take a break from solo queue in the off season. I'm always like for the past few years, I've always been at the very least top 50. I'm usually like top 20, top 10 sometimes, and it takes like a long time to like build any reputation. At least it was really hard for me, and like just now, I think I'm starting to see opportunities where like maybe I can get on an LCS team now. Like people do like obviously the community fucking thinks I suck, but like my peers like are starting to respect me, and like if I had to go back 3 years ago, or like if I had to like restart from nothing, I don't know if like for all the NA mids like who are like going into scouting ground and stuff, I don't know if I'd do it because it's just like it's such a big risk. It's like so hard. It's like everything, like the whole fucking everything seems like it's just everything's against you.
Yeah,
Like
that's how I feel too, because it really is everything. Like people don't respect how much like again, I don't think that individual skills that much different. So
yeah, I
people
don't
just
either.
people just don't respect the fact that yeah, like I think you're a really good mid lane. I think you could be as good as like a Froggen or like one of those. I think you could be as good as Pobelter, like one of those guys. I don't think that's that far out. But the thing is that like what opportunities have you been given? It's like nothing. Like how do you expect someone to like show their true potential if you just put them in like yeah, if you don't give them a chance to shine, I don't know. But I mean, that's just a problem with Challenger Series and how it's just a waste of time and all that shit. And that's pretty
Yeah.
much another show. And yeah,
Yeah, I could talk on for days about the fucking Challenger ghetto and how what it's like to be an NA mid.
yeah, it could get real rough. Scar, you have any feelings about your mid laner?
Oh, I hope all the other aspiring mid laners. Good luck, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, like if your goal is to go pro, man, good luck to you because it's gonna be a lot harder than you think. Even if you are good, like I don't know, who knows? Maybe this combine thing will make people realize, like, wow, this guy's like really working well with his teammates and he's communicating really effectively. Let's see if we can build him up. I don't think any of that shit's gonna. I mean, what do you think of it, Grayson? You think it's gonna change anything?
The scouting grounds, I think it's gonna be really good for the players to maybe see like, because I know there's gonna be coaches from LCS teams there. I think it'd be really good to just show them like some structure and like, because I really don't think there's. I think if you practice and it's kind of hard, you have to like not have any responsibilities. Because if you have like a job or school, it's like really hard to practice the amount you need to go pro. But I don't think there's like some special X ingredient that you need to go pro. You just honestly have to put in so much time, and you have to be able to like practice efficiently. And maybe like the coaches there will help like show like, yeah, like maybe grinding 20 fucking games of solo queue mindlessly is not the best way to, you know, improve as a player. I think it'll be good. I don't think it's gonna be like, I'd be very shocked if any of the scouting grounds players got picked up on like LCS teams. I think they will probably get picked up on like middle tier challenger, like actually any kind of challenger team. I think they might join, but I don't see it like being. I think it's really cool, and it'll
I
help
think
the
it's a
players
great
out. But
idea.
I don't think it's like gonna be like a game changer.
Yeah. Sky, you got anything else for this topic?
Nah, I'm good to go. Again, I could talk about this for a little bit, but I think I've said my piece.
All right, let's move on then. Next topic. With everyone aiming for the end of season rewards, how does one deal with and recover from being tilted? How do you deal with it, Grayson?
Uh, I do a few things. I think the best way to recover from tilt is just to absolutely prevent tilt, because once I get tilted, it's just like. For me, I have to take a break. I think getting away from the fucking monitor, getting away from the hell that is fucking solo queue. Like, I have to take a break. I have to like stand up, like fucking go walk outside or something, go for a nature walk. I can't fucking handle so much toxicity and like fucking right now. Like I can't just re-queue once I get tilted. If I lose like more than 2 or 3 games in a row, like I'll swap accounts. I'll fucking like. I'll go play another game. I'll watch a movie. I'll try to do something else. But like what I do to prevent being tilted is I just like I mute everybody in my games a lot of the time, and I only focus on my own play.
Yeah, that's something a lot of people like. They always ask. That's the best way. Just mute everyone, because no one's gonna tell you anything useful, and so no one's gonna be like, "Hey, dude, that was a good play, but let me suggest you rotate around the map and do." No one's saying that shit. They're gonna be like, "You're an idiot. Why would you think that's good? Why aren't you listening to my opinion?" It's like you don't need to listen to any of that. So muting people, I think, is great. I mean, for me, when I get tilted, I mean. I don't really have a good way of dealing with it. When I get tilted, I'm just like, man, fuck it, dude. I'm just going to go ahead and just kill shit. And if I just feed my ass off, whatever. So I'm probably not the best person to ask with it. But Scar, how do you prevent it?
I always
Recover.
recommend people take breaks from League, but I do like the exact. Oh, sometimes I do the opposite. I guess. Okay, so actually, I found that a lot of my day, like, because I play so much League, a lot of my mood after I play solo queue or stream for 7 hours is really determined on how I do that day. Like, if I lose like a lot of games, I'll be like, well, I won't be in like the greatest mood, and like I actually have to lay down for like 20 minutes. I go read for 20-30 minutes after I stream to kind of like reset and then go like I'll like reset and then like stream again sometimes, and then they'll be okay. But like if I just grind like straight losses back to back, and they're like just like terrible losses, absurdly bad losses, yeah, I would just recommend taking a break. I think that's like honestly the best way to deal with it. I've done the thing where you just try to play more solo queue to like push through your limits,
That's a good
like
plan.
break the wall. But it's something that I wouldn't recommend because it feels like you're just headbutting the problem. Like you're just taking your head and trying to like slam it into the wall and trying to break the wall.
Yeah,
and
it's
the
like
wall
Vi
is the
says,
problem.
if you hit a wall, hit it harder, man. That's
Yeah,
basically what you got to do.
Sometimes I'm saying you might injure yourself in the process. So taking the break is probably the best way to do it for sure.
Yeah, I think we can all agree. Taking breaks, dude, they get the thumbs up from all three of us. Let's go on then to the final topic, which is Grayson Gilmore. Do you know what it is?
I think so.
Then it is time for the Q&A section on Discord. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be taking a question and answer on Discord. Send us your best questions. The link located down below. You just got to download it, submit a question, and we'll give you an answer. Because you know what? We love to help out the fans. So let me see what you guys are asking me, and I will figure out what is the best solution to the problems that you face. So
Can I go ask a question on Discord?
if you want, dude, you can go ahead and do whatever you would like, Grayson. What do you prefer me calling you, Grayson? That's the first question. What do you prefer, Grayson or Goldenglue?
Grayson.
You like Grayson? All right, dude. I'll call you Grayson then. All right, my man, Awesome. He says, "Hello, Beyond the Reft. Quick question here. How do you think the Assassin update and jungle changes will shift the meta? What kind of champions will make best use of jungle camp chain?" Grayson, you're our go-to guy for this. So what's the answer?
For the assassins, I don't know if the assassins how good they're gonna be yet. Like some of them look pretty good. Like the Zed, some of the changes look really good. Like Zed now it's taking like a percent of the AD. Just sounds like a nightmare for all marksman players. I think that honestly, I feel like it might just evolve into something where you just pick stuff that is. If you have to play versus an assassin, you don't want to match it with another fucking assassin. You just play something that's super safe and reliable, NCC. So like Karma, something that can just like keep people from getting assassinated. And like the biggest problem with assassins, like they're not even that bad right now. It's just exhaust is so broken versus assassins. I don't think they're doing anything to change that, are they?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't see assassins like ever being good as long as exhaust is a fucking as strong as it is. Like I think people could play Zed and Fizz right now, just like exhaust wasn't a fucking summoner spell. Like I don't see how things are gonna change when if you go versus one assassin, right? The enemy mid laner just picks like a control mage, goes exhaust, and then the support takes exhaust. It's just like who are you gonna kill? Like I don't know. I think assassins. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully they like make them so overpowered that it doesn't matter. We'll see. But
I mean, it's looking like it's. We can pray.
I think it's just super overrated. I don't think it'll change anything really. It's just a rework that looks cool. And then I don't know anything about plants. I think plants look really stupid. But hey,
Yeah,
at least they're changing stuff. I don't know if it's a good change this time, but I hope that it will be.
All right, my man, the head honcho. He asked the hard-hitting questions. I'm a cutie pie. Who was better at their prime, Goldenglue or Scarra?
This is fucking easy.
What even is my prime, dude? Do I have a prime?
I don't even think Goldenglue's hit his prime yet. I feel like
Goldenglue is still a child in the scene, man. Come on,
Yeah.
I'll go with Sky. But let me mix up this question then. For you guys, let's have a vote. Who do you think was best at their prime, me or Scarra?
It's me.
Oh shit!
We'll let Goldenglue be the deciding factor.
Dude, I played with the Donger himself, dude. I played with Cutie Pie.
Yeah, he played on the
fucking
team
LCS.
with me.
Wait, you never play with me? That's cheating.
Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna have to go with my previous teammate. Like I know that guy. He'll fuck shit up.
That's my boy right there.
Oh
there you
my
go. The answer
God.
to that question and the one you asked, or the one I made up. I'm a cutie pie.
You can have it.
All right, thank you for that one, dude. Cobsta, he asked Goldenglue, what sort of things would you like to see changed in League of Legends, if any?
Like anything, like just
Dude,
like
if
in League of
anything,
Legends, like
dude.
the game or like Challenger or what?
Did anything, man, in League.
Okay, I like Exhaust to see a nerf. I'd like to see Syndra to get a nerf. I'd like to see more mages be able to, like, more styles be able to be played mid. Because basically the styles that can be played are just super. It's all the same. It's like you pick stuff that can shove, and then roam. It's that's all you do. If you pick someone that shoves and then can roam afterwards, it's like you win the game. So I wish there was just like more viable styles. Like you can play like Oriana and just like sit and farm for 25-30 minutes, and then you'll be really strong if you play it right. I just feel like the meta for mid lane is I wish it would change a little bit.
Scarra, you wish the meta in mid would change?
It's just so lane focused. Yeah, I kind of feel like that.
Well, okay, what would you rather have? Would you rather have Cassiopeia and like Syndra every game, or would you rather have Talia and Aurelion Sol every game?
Oh God, no,
No.
not Talia.
No.
Really solid. Fuck that.
The thing is, mid lane meta has been like dominated by really dumb picks throughout the years. Like Azir, when Azir was meta, that champ was disgusting. Get that champ out of here. When Lulu was meta for 2 full seasons, that was the most disgusting pick ever. Get that shit out of here too. When I think there's a period of time where Kassadin season 3. First pick every game, get that stuff out of it. Like there are just been some really disgusting mid laners throughout the years. I just like mid lane metas who you're able to do a lot of different things. And I think that right now it's not very much the case because how important laning is. Like if you lose pressure in lane and then your jungler loses pressure in the jungle because you lose pressure mid, you just lose the game. You just get snowballed on and
I mean, do you think that that's something that can be fixed? Because I feel like mid lane's always going to be about who can win. Like side lanes, it's easy to like dodge and like go and do some other stuff. But mid lane, like you need to put pressure middle.
I think that like sometimes it's possible. I remember when AP Kog'Maw and Varus were like more core, where you can kind of make the stall out game, and Ziggs, for instance. And so it just depends on like how fast the game pace is. Like if Riot ever buffs towers a lot to where you can't break them early and you can effectively stall longer, then the meta will change. And I think right now split pushing is so bad. I wish that it would be easier to split push because they just made it more and more about team fighting, and I think that that's just the wrong way to do it. Like now you split push to put pressure and then find a TP flank. You never really split push to win the game. Like back in season 3, it was possible to do that with Zed, for instance. I think that like the relative value of Baron and like all these dragons like make it so that you are forced kind of to team fight. Every team has to team fight, and then there used to be teams that used to be really good at split pushing or really good at poking, and I think that's become less and less of a thing and more of a you have to be good at just playing the game in like a very team fight oriented manner.
All right, fair enough. My man wants to know, Ice Shield, he has Goldenglue. If getting rank 1 in North America is worthless for making a reputation, why not just go pro in a wildcard region?
Yeah, I've actually got offers from wildcard regions before.
I got offers too, so I actually know that.
I feel like I'm not doing it to like be on the fucking best team in some wildcard region. Like I want to prove that I can be just as good as all the best players that are coming to this region.
Okay, so if Albus Nox offered you the mid lane spot, would you take it?
Well, I don't want to like. They all speak Russian.
Yes,
There's also the language barrier. Right? I don't want to move to like some. Yeah, I don't really. The only place I could ever see.
Just say it. What is your problem? Why don't you want to join Albus Nox?
They're all Russian. I can't communicate with them. My play would suffer because I couldn't play as a unit.
All right, fam. That's
nice.
a good PR. Dude, this guy right here, he's the whole. He can play and he can PR. Dude, somebody picked this kid up already. Let me see. Next question, my man, Mega Death Star asks. He asked at Scarra, how different is the requirement for being an LCS from back in the day to now? Jesus, dude, it's like it's not even.
It's night and day because back in the day, people didn't even practice. Practicing was like, oh, I guess I played some solo queue this week, and we talked about the game a little. I think we scrimmed once a week. All right, guys, let's just go play. It's like we don't even have a strategy. It's like, all right, guys, get out there. You go do your best. It's like when you're like watching the families and talk to their kids playing like soccer. Like little league baseball. It's like, oh man, go out there and kill them. Like you're gonna do a great job out there. It's not even that you're talking strategy. It's just like you just go do your best and everything will work out in the end. That's how kind of the early season 1, season 2 kind of felt. And then more towards season 3, it was like well, we have a gaming house. Now we have to get all organized. People actually have to try. You can't play other games. You have to have a schedule. You have to wake up on time. And I think that was like a big shock to a lot of different people.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
right now you can go Golden. Go ahead.
Honestly, I'll never fucking forget when I fucking flew into the Dignitas house. I think I was 16. Maybe I was 17. But I flew in and and it's LCS day. And we get to the studio. I'm like, okay, so what do you guys do for like your pregame, like your ritual? Like, what do you do to like get fucking in the zone? Because I'm from like a football background. Like before football games, like you fucking sat down, you fucking like listen to some fucking like hardcore music, and you just like you didn't talk to anyone, dude. If anybody walks by, you give them like fucking mean fucking mug. And then like Kiwi and fucking Cutie Pie are like, yeah, we watch Magic the Gathering right before our game. So just like.
Dude, I remember when you came to the Dig House. Do you remember when we went to that Korean barbecue place? Yeah. You were talking to the waitress. You started drooling all over yourself.
No, she asked, and I asked her a fork, and she started laughing at me.
Dude, that stuff was hilarious. Dude, you're my boy. But for the question, dude, I agree. Back. Like, the way it is right now is pretty formulaic, where everyone knows, like, it's like you do this, this, and this, and that's how it's going to go. And it's just so structured now that there's no, like, room for anything. Where back in the day, it was like I remember, like, Scarra kids, we used to scrim with, like, I'd play, like, Brand AD. I'd play, like, Cassiopeia Timo, like, Cassiopeia Singe Bot. I'd play just the stupidest shit. I'd play, like...
Teams hated us for doing this.
Yeah, teams hated us because we would just play like the most worthless stuff that wouldn't help anybody, but it was just like fun as hell, and I thought it'd be like decent. It wasn't decent. It was terrible, but I mean, we'd win a lot of our games, so I mean, there's that. But yeah, like there is no structure back then. There's no one to tell us, stop wasting your goddamn time with this garbage. Just go and practice the useful stuff. So
Dude, the best thing is because at the start of the split we were always like 5-0 or 7-0, so people would want to scrim us. And then whenever they did, they're like, oh god, they're gonna play this stupid thing again. Not this again.
Yeah,
please.
I just remember, dude, I remember playing against CLG in scrims, and we'd keep going that Kale Quinn combo.
Yeah.
And then they started banning it, and then they just got tired of it, and they were just like, dude, fuck off, man. We're not screaming you guys anymore.
It got so bad that like we ran Kale Quinn, and then they started running TP on all their laners. Like,
they ran 5-man 2-piece against us.
They ran like 4 or 5 TPs. Like the jungle would even take TP because they were just like, if your strategy is going to be map dominant, we will out cheese you in map. And I was just like, all right, you guys got us.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious, dude. Yeah, like the way it was back in the day is nothing compared to the way it is now. And I mean, it's for the better because if it's to be taken to the next level, then it's kind of has to go that way. But I liked it back in the day. That's just personal preference. But anyways, that's gonna conclude our Q&A today. And ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude Beyond the Rift episode number 13. Thank you, Grayson Gilmore, for joining us today. Grayson, you got any words? You got anything to sign out
on? Just thanks for having me on the show. Thanks to all my friends and family who support me, and thanks for everyone for like being a part of League of Legends because it's pretty cool.
Dude, and thank you for the team that picks up Grayson next season. Shoutouts to them, dude.
Beyond the Rift sponsored player.
Hell yeah. Scar, you got anything to say?
No, dude, I'm glad for you guys to all be here. I'm still a little bit sick, so I don't know if I'll be streaming, but I'll see all of you at Worlds. If I don't see you at Worlds, you can find me on Twitter or Twitch under Scarra. I also like to shout out our sponsors, Discord and Bloody, for helping us out, and Bloody for sending us their new headsets. I think these are pretty nice.
These are some primo. Take a look at these guys.
Are those steampunk? Wow.
Yeah, they actually are steampunk design. I looked at them. I'm like, they have a lot of gears on this.
Yeah, this stuff's looking real nice. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you Goldenglue and Scar for joining us, and I hope to see everyone next week for the next episode of Beyond the Rift. But until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Much love, everyone, and goodbye. Bye.
Goodbye.
But